Let's be honest. Most people don't have a money problem because they're lazy. They have a money problem because nobody ever taught them how money actually works in real life. Not in theory, not in a textbook. In real life. Because real life is subscriptions you forgot about. Food delivery that somehow turns into a weekly bill, minimum payments that keep you stuck, and a paycheck that feels gone before it even lands. So if you've ever looked at your bank account and thought, where did all my money go? This video is for you. Here's the first thing you need to understand. Personal finance is not about being rich overnight. It's about creating control, that's it. Control over your spending. Control over your stress. Control over your future. And that starts with one very simple habit: knowing your numbers. Not guessing, not estimating. Actually knowing. How much money comes in every month? How much goes out? How much of that is fixed, like rent, bills, or transportation? And how much is flexible, like eating out, shopping, or random impulse spending that felt small in the moment but adds up fast? Because once you see the numbers clearly, you stop making money decisions in the dark. Now here's mistake number 2. People try to budget like robots. They make these perfect plans that look amazing on day 1, and by day 4, the whole thing falls apart. Why? Because the budget was never built for their actual life. A good budget is not punishment. A good budget is permission. It tells your money where to go before it disappears on its own. So instead of making a fake, perfect budget, make a realistic one. Leave room for groceries. Leave room for fun. Leave room for the fact that you're a human being and not a spreadsheet. Next, if you're carrying high-interest debt, that needs attention fast. Because debt doesn't just cost money, it steals momentum. You work hard, you earn money, and then a chunk of that money goes to interest instead of your goals. That means your emergency fund grows slower, your savings grow slower, your freedom gets delayed. So if you're trying to improve your finances, don't just focus on earning more. Focus on keeping more of what you earn. That means cutting waste before cutting joy. Cancel what you don't use. Pause what you don't need. Compare bills. Renegotiate subscriptions. Stop leaking money in places that don't even improve your life. And while you're doing that, build an emergency buffer. Not some huge number that feels impossible. Just start small. Because even a small cushion can stop a bad week from turning into a debt spiral. That's the part a lot of people miss. Financial stability is built in layers. First, awareness. Then, spending control. Then, a safety buffer. Then, debt reduction. Then, consistent saving. Then, long-term wealth building. Most people want to skip straight to investing, passive income, and financial freedom. But if your foundation is shaky, every setback hits harder. So start with the basics and take them seriously. And one more thing. Stop comparing your money journey to somebody else's highlight reel online. A lot of people are posting luxury, confidence, and success, but behind the scenes, some of them are financed to the ceiling, stressed out, and one emergency away from chaos. Real financial progress is not always flashy. Sometimes it looks like saying no. Sometimes it looks like cooking at home. Sometimes it looks like paying off one balance at a time. Sometimes it looks like finally opening your banking app instead of avoiding it. That counts. That matters. That is progress. So if you want to change your financial life, don't wait for a perfect moment. Start with the next decision. Track your spending. Build a simple plan, cut one unnecessary expense. Put a little money aside, repeat. Because better money habits don't change your life in one day. They change your life one decision at a time. And once your money stops controlling you, everything else starts to feel different. Less panic, more clarity, less shame, more confidence. That's the goal, not just more money, more peace. If this helped, save this video, share it with someone who needs it, and follow for more simple finance breakdowns that actually make sense.